This is the 2016 Indian Scout. As many of you know, the Indian brand is now owned by Polaris, and they brought back the iconic Scout with the big reveal at Sturgis in 2014. The new Scout pays homage to its roots with the solo seat and a comfortable low seating position, all the while being decked out with modern technology that is not overwhelming. For example, its powerful 1133cc 100 horsepower V-twin engine is liquid cooled. The Scout is considered a mid-size cruiser weighing in at 558 pounds wet and starts at a price of $11,000. It comes with a 6-speed transmission and a 3.3 gallon tank and is rated to get about 45 miles per gallon. And check this out, new to the 2016 model is even an ABS option. I had the opportunity to take the Indian Scout out for a nice long ride just south of Denver, Colorado. I'll start off with my first impressions from the ride, then I'll end this video with my final thoughts.
So I am on the new Indian Scout, boy. Finally was able to get on this bike. They finally came through into Denver. I've been wanting to ride this bike for a long time, man, and I am just having a blast. I've been on the bike for maybe 5-10 minutes at the most. We just left the lot, and I was having a blast as we were leaving the lot, and what happened was somebody almost hit me. Seriously, someone almost hit me as we were leaving the lot. Oh shit! Mother. Anyway, man, back to the ride. I am on the Indian Scout, and I've been, like I said, wanting to get on this bike for a long time now, man. And oh geez, I am just so impressed with this little bike, man. I say this little bike because this thing is like, I don't know how many cc's. It's like 69 or something like that, 69 cubic inches, which who knows how many that equates to in terms of cc's. But it is a super fun bike, man. I mean, they really did. I have to give it up to Indian, man, or to Polaris, the parent company for Indian motorcycles. You know, Polaris was able to obtain the rights to the Indian name and have just relaunched this thing. They launched the Scout, I think, last year, and man, I am just super impressed. I mean, this bike, it's awesome. It really is, man. I mean, at least so far. I mean, there's some notable things here that are different than Victory's. Polaris, you know, makes Victory motorcycles, and Polaris makes these Indians as well, but it's a little different. It's not the same as Victory's, you know. So one noticeable thing, because all of the Victories have this, I forgot what it's called. It's something like, it's called like neutral assist or something like that. So when you're at a stop and you're all the way down in first gear and you're totally stopped, and when you click up, you know, you could do one full click as hard as you want to and you'll go straight to neutral. There's no like half click that you have to do. Like I said, I think it's called something like neutral assist. Really cool little feature on the Victories. This one doesn't have it though, you know. I mean, I tested it out. I was like, hey, is this gonna do the neutral assist? And no, it does not. It's got a similar sort of feel to it, like the Victory bikes that I rode, but also totally unique and totally different, all on its own. It's just like its own little beast here. This model's got the windscreen on here, and you know, I'm not a big fan of the windscreen personally, but you know, that's whatever. You know, this is a demo bike. But I've got the non-ABS version. They even have a version of the Indian Scout with ABS. Well, I did notice that the mirrors, you can only adjust them so far up. That's one thing that's a little funky, but they're okay. Like, that's as far back as I can get them. Look at this. Bam. Take off. Torque, baby. Little bit of vibration. Yeah, so vibrates a little bit as you kind of get up to speed. I would say this is more for like around town riding. Like I can't see myself taking this on big long road trips or anything like that. I'm liking it. I'm really seating position, man. I mean, the seat height is perfect, you know. Like I said, I think it's about 25 point something inches. And so seating height is perfect for me. I can flat foot it, no problems. Feels great. Seat feels great. Like I'm not moving at all in the seat. I'm in one nice good position, you know. The tank is maybe a little thicker. So the tank's not that thin like where my legs are, but it's okay. I can grip onto it nice and tight with my knees, you know. I feel like I'm basically upright, like all the way upright, you know. And I am a little lean forward. Like I can lean forward, which is great. That's what I love. I love being on a cruiser and being able to lean forward a little bit to get a little more aggressive, just to be a little more alert. I love being alert on my motorcycle, and I think when you lean forward, you're a little more alert. Foot pegs are just, my feet are just a smidge up in front of my knees. So my knees are almost bent at a 90-degree angle, but not quite. But yeah, man, super impressed, super impressed.
My impressions from the ride don't even come close to expressing how impressed I was with this motorcycle. I mean, seriously, what a freaking awesome machine, man. Now, in an attempt to be fair, let me throw out some negatives from my perspective. First, you do get some vibration as you accelerate, but that said, it really is not that bad. I've certainly ridden other motorcycles that vibrated a whole hell of a lot more. And for some reason, the mirrors could only be tilted up so far. It made me wonder if taller riders would have a problem. And lastly, it sure would have been nice if they had included that really cool neutral assist feature found on the Victory motorcycles. But these small negatives aside, the 2016 Indian Scout was one of the best motorcycles I've ever ridden. For real, the bike just felt so well balanced. It shifted well. It wasn't too heavy. Ergonomics were perfect. The gauges were easy to read. The exhaust sounded decent. I mean, I felt alert on the bike. I felt secure on the bike. And I felt grounded on the bike. I mean, seriously, wow. And the bike looks good too. It's got that retro yet modern look to it. And I like the contrast between the flat sides of the fenders and gas tank and the sloping curves that surround the rest of the motorcycle. Now granted, for me personally, I was not digging the windscreen, but hey, that's just me. Now, as I always say, I'm just one guy who rode this motorcycle for a total of 30 minutes or so. If you've ridden, or better yet, owned the Indian Scout, please share your comments. Do you agree with my opinions or disagree? Your feedback, both positive and negative, is valuable and appreciated. Anyway, check it out, the 2016 Indian Scout.
You know, I wonder how independent Indian is from Victory. You know, if the parent company is Polaris, like I wonder how independent they really are. Like, do they collaborate a lot? Do they keep them separate? You know, like are they under the same roof but they try to do their own thing? I don't know. You know, share when they need to type of thing. I don't know.